ladies and gentlemen. We're at Herndon Stadium in Hart County, Hartwell, Georgia. We're here tonight for the big game. It's a sub-region contest tonight between the Hart County Bulldogs and the Franklin County Lions. I'm Charles Head, along with Coach Mac Poss. Coach, it's good to be here in Hartwell again tonight, isn't it?
We certainly are happy to have you back from High Point, North Carolina. And you missed a good one last night, but I'm glad you're back. Our thanks to Ken Brady for filling in last week. But we're going to have a classic football game here tonight. Franklin County Lions under Jeff Davis. They're undefeated in the sub-region, having a good year. And certainly the Bulldogs of Bobby Pate are certainly having a phenomenal year. So I think we're in for an exciting contest here tonight.
We'll be back with the starting lineups and some more comments in just a moment, along with tonight's kickoff. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Red alert, red alert. Chevrolet and your Piedmont Chevy dealers just announced up to $1,000 cash back on new Chevy cars. That's right, $1,000 cash back on our new 4-cylinder Celebrity. Get $500 cash back on the sporty Camaro or Beretta, $400 cash back on Corsica, and $300 cash back on the economical Sport Coupe Cavalier VL. So don't panic. Just rush to your nearest Piedmont Chevy dealer today, while you can still get up to $1,000 cash back on new Chevy cars.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
The trucks are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over Northeast Georgia and the Western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the trucks rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Mize Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
You see the captains meeting at midfield to toss tonight's coin and decide who's going to kick off to whom. The Franklin County Lions have already come on the field. We're awaiting the Hart County Bulldogs, who are now congregating at the goalpost, ready to run through the huge banner that we have out here, Coach.
But certainly it's a lot of excitement here tonight. Here come the Bulldogs on the field. The Lions have already made their entry, and it's going to be exciting. A packed house here tonight at Herndon Stadium, and we're in for one fine football game.
All right, as we look at the Hart County team coming on the field, let's go ahead and look at Hart County's starting offensive lineup for tonight. For the Hart County Bulldogs, at quarterback, number 18, Spezio Stowers. He's a 170-pound senior. At fullback is Perry's Rucker, 180-pound senior, and number 25. Tim Johnson is at tailback, number 26. He's a 185-pound junior. At split end, Daryl Rucker. He's number 82, 140-pound senior. The left tackle, Mike Fellows, a 285-pound senior. He's number 74. The left guard, number 76, Rod Burton, a 260-pound senior. The center is John Malden, a 190-pound senior, number 54. At right guard is Ian Key. He's a number 56. Ian Fry, 180-pound junior. At right tackle, Stuart Carter, 170-pound senior, number 65. At tight end, Spooner Phillips, number 42, 175-pound senior. At flanker, number 19, Reggie Vickery, 175-pound senior. The starting offensive lineup for the Hart County Bulldogs.
And on defense for the Hart County Bulldogs, number 44, defensive end, David Donald, 180-pound senior. Defensive tackle, number 88, Tony Cujo Cooey, 6'5", 230-pound senior. Defensive guard, number 54, 190-pound, John Malding. At defensive guard, number 61, Stan Sayer, 200-pound junior. At defensive tackle, big Mike Robot, 200-pound junior. Defensive end, number 42, Spooner Phillips, 175-pound senior. At linebacker, Stacy Lightning Jones, number 28, 195-pound junior. At the other backer and player of the week for the Northeast Georgia defensive team, number 43, Robert Thunder Martin. At the defensive secondary, number 16, Russell Blackwell, 150-pound junior. At the other cornerback, number 35, Mr. Hustle, Jamal Harper, and his free safety, number 15, Earl Fouch, 195-pound senior.
For the Franklin County Lions on offense, they'll be starting at quarterback, number 14, Wesley Norton, 160-pound senior. At the halfbacks, two speedsters, Stephen Bo Hunter, number 30, 160-pound junior, and number 26, Lamar Roebuck, 180-pound sophomore. At split end, number 24, Wesley Russell, 155-pound senior. The left tackle, number 59, Scott Kennedy, a 230-pound junior. At left guard, number 58, Robbie Burns, a 190-pound junior. The center is number 53, Lee Dowell, a 170-pound junior. At right guard, number 51, Jason Hurt, a 240-pound senior. At the right tackle, number 68, Mike Crow, a 230-pound senior. At tight end, number 47, Gary Walker, a 245-pound sophomore.
Okay, we'll get the defensive starters right after the kickoff here, Charles. We're just about ready to get this ball game underway.
Big Zed Beasley going to kick off for Franklin County. Beasley waiting on the official signal. And the kick goes short. And it's going to go out of bounds at the 22, so Franklin County and Cedric Beasley will come back and kick it again. Back deep for Hart County, a couple of speedsters, Tim Johnson, number 26, and Tony Rucker, number 13. So Cedric Beasley now teeing up from the 35. And still yet to get this game underway. This game, as we mentioned, is a big game in this sub-region because both these teams undefeated in sub-region play. Hart County 6-1 on the year. Franklin County 5-2 on the year. Both teams bring excellent records into tonight's game. And Cedric Beasley once again kicking it. Tim Johnson takes it at the 24. Johnson still fighting up over the 40, and Tim Johnson pulled down at the 41-yard line.
Hart County clad in the all-black tonight. Last week we saw them clad in their famous orange pants and orange jerseys. Tonight a different look. They're first on the attack from the offensive side of the football. Under Coach Jeff Davis' Franklin County Lions have steadily improved as the season has gone on.
John Malden breaking from the huddle first, coming up over the ball at center for Hart County, and Spezio Sowers quarterbacking. Sowers handing off to Tim Johnson on the draw, and Johnson, great gain down almost to the 37-yard line of Franklin County. Tim Johnson coming out for a 25-yard gain.
Excellent execution then. Came back in the pocket as if he was going to throw the football. Ran the draw to Tim Johnson right off the tackle slot. Broke to the outside. Did an excellent job.
David Donald checking in the lineup for Hart County. Rucker split to the wide side of the field, the lower part of your screen. Donald taking the handoff. And David Donald getting down to about the 32. Flags are on the play, however.
He was hit up front by Jason Hurt, Michael Gates.
Penalty will be assessed against Franklin County. Face mask penalty. And that'll step it off. Big break for Hart County coming here early in the game as they'll step the ball off, step it off down to about the 15. Let's see, they spot it at the 18, I believe it is.
Well, Hart County, with the aid of that 15-yard penalty, certainly has taken the ball down the field, very, very methodically. The excellent run on first down by Tim Johnson. Then a good run then by David Donald.
All right, Stowers has Alan Jones split as he splits the backs this time also. Spezio on the keeper. Spezio. And he fakes me. Stowers handing off, and this time
Zed Beasley coming up from the defensive secondary, making the stop on Tim Johnson.
All right, Johnson getting the ball down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8.
And those linemen from Hart County, Mike Fellows, Rod Burton, Stan Sayer, John Malton, Ian Fry, they're just really moving them out up front. Excellent technique on their blocks, doing a real good job of taking the field ball down the field.
Reggie Vickery and Darrell Rucker split out. Vickery in the slot. This time the handoff goes to Johnson. He's got blocking. And down to about the 2-yard line.
Andy Esco saved him from getting in the end zone then. Did an excellent job of coming up with an open field tackle and keeping him from getting in the end zone.
They'll spot it at about the 3. That'll be 1st and goal now for Hart County.
Jeff Floyd in the ball game in the goal line offense at tight end, number 91. Running 2 tights now with a powerhouse backfield. And also in the ball game, Robert Martin in at fullback. Excellent defense up front then by the Franklin County.
They sack it up down there. Not enough for the touchdown. They'll move it about a yard closer. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Hart County has just very, very consistently taken the ball down the field after having taken possession of football on the 35-yard line. Bezio Stowers on the outside.
Bezio's going in for a touchdown. 8:30 left in the first quarter as Stowers goes over from the 2-yard line.
65-yard march then by the Hart County Bulldogs, doing an excellent job mixing up their plays. Stowers then coming out on the sprint action to the wide side of the field, looking for his receiver, realizing that he wasn't open, scooted in the end zone for 6 points. I'm sure Coach Pate is glad to see them come out of the blocks real good.
Shane Bowers to attempt the PAT. The kick is, boy, it's high enough, isn't it, Coach? Kick is good. All right, with 8:30 left, it's Hart County leading 7-0 over Franklin County. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
You've heard all the good deals, big rebates and tiny finance rates, 88 clearance sales promise. Only problem is, do you really want to buy what they're selling? Then come to Minish Pontiac Buick. We've got the car you really want. The sporty good looks of the one and only Pontiac Grand Prix, 88 clearance price. With the options you're looking for and lots of nice colors, too. The prices at Minish Pontiac Buick have never been better, and our incentives are as good as anybody's. So come to Minish and get the deal you want on the car you really want. Minish Pontiac Buick, 4735 Atlanta Highway.
Well, he hates me.
He doesn't hate you, Mr. Carlin. You two just got off on the wrong foot.
It wasn't my fault about that hamster. How was I supposed to know it was his pet? Besides, all I did was feed it.
Putting a little bit of cheese in a mousetrap is not feeding.
Well, he went for it.
I think I'm stuck.
Oh, is there anything we can do?
Yeah, would you put a quarter and push the tuna button?
The Hart Show, weekdays at 2:30.
Coach, as you said, Hart County methodically going down the field. Good runs by Tim Johnson. The majority of the work actually done by Tim Johnson on that drive. Spezio taking it in from 2 yards out. A break in there in the fact that they got the penalty called against Franklin County, but Hart County really moving the ball well.
I'm sure Coach Pate and his offensive coach is very, very pleased, to see them have that offensive thrust.
All right, taken at the 18-yard line. Number 25 for Franklin County. Anthony Wheeler, and Wheeler with the run back up to the 33.
Well, I think Coach Pate, the main thing, they had excellent momentum in the second half, did a real good job offensively the second half last week against Elbert County, and it seemed like they had maintained that same momentum here in their first drive here tonight. They've had some problems, early on in the season, having some consistency, on offense, but they certainly did not look that they lacked any consistency then.
Lamar Roebuck going in motion. The handoff goes to Bo Hunter, and Hunter's wrapped up for about a 2-yard gain.
Spalding making the initial attack there. Number 54 from his defensive guard position doing an excellent job. This Hart County defense, as we mentioned, is an extremely good defense. I like what Coach Jeff Davis had to say in the paper. He said all the other teams that he had seen, you know, during the year that they had played, if you took an all-star team from each one of, took an all-star player from each team, they still weren't as good as this defensive unit from Hart County.
Boy, that's mighty words. Lamar Roebuck. And Roebuck strung out by that good Hart County defense, and a gain of maybe one.
Earl Faust leading it from his safety position, along with number 90 going over Mike Roebuck. That's quite a statement to say of all the other teams that he had seen and played against. If you made up an all-star team from all of those, realizing you just got to get 11, he said they weren't as good as this 11 from Hart County. That's quite a statement.
That's
very prophetic, very proverbial.
Wesley Norton overlooking the Hart County defense. Pitch out goes to Hunter. Hunter's got the first down, and Bo Hunter's up across the 45 to the 47.
Bo Hunter then getting the first down for Franklin County. The thing we've said about Franklin County, you know, which is going to be a good test here for the Hart County defense. They're so explosive. Bo Hunter, Lamar Roebuck, they're very, very capable, along with Anthony Wheeler, who gives them some quickness, you know, from the fullback position. They run a lot of misdirection, and they're very, very capable of hitting the seam, you know, and getting the big play.
First and 10 now, Franklin County on the attack. Up over the midfield stripe. Tracy Norman, the ball carrier for Franklin County. So it's second down now and 6. As Lee Dowell comes up over the ball for Franklin County. Pitch going to Hunter again, the reverse. Wesley Russell on the reverse, and Russell gets close to the first down. However, flags back at the 40 and the 42-yard line.
I think it'll have an illegal block on the reverses. Good-looking football play and a good call because Hart County reacts so quickly. They pursue so much and so well. Good call to try to bring them back across the grain, and it was going to be for a first down then. But for now, they'll bring it back.
Boy, as a coach, that's got to be frustrating to tip your hand with that kind of play and then have something to happen on it and cause you, after what looked like a first down, not to get it after all. And that puts the defense alerted that you've got it in your playbook and to watch for it when you're in that alignment. All right, let's see. They've spotted the ball now at the 24. And they called the clip against Franklin County, so they'll be spotted at the 24. It'll be second down and 31.
It's a long way, Charles.
Yeah, I think so. Long ways to go. Norton's looking. He's got Lamar Roebuck. And Roebuck's good for 10 yards, that matchup is. So that'll bring up third and about 31 now. 21, pardon me.
Well, certainly Lamar Roebuck has shown that he not only is capable of running the football, but he equally is capable of catching the football and then running with it, you know, afterwards. And certainly we know about Mr. Wesley's ability to throw the football.
That Wesley to Wesley combination can be outstanding. All right, Wesley Norton back. Whoa, almost big play in the backfield. And he unloads it in the direction of Gary Walker. But Hart County stringing that offense out, stringing the Franklin County offense out to where there was just nowhere for him to go.
Well, excellent up-front pressure by the defensive line from Hart County, getting in and putting pressure on the quarterback. They're so big up front. They're so quick, too. They make it real difficult to throw the football. First of all, because they're so quick. Second of all, because they're big and tall, and it's hard to throw over those hands.
Shannon Payne punting for Franklin County. Nice punt.
Earl Fouch
Drives Fouch back to the 27. And Fouch up to the 33-yard line.
Shannon Payne getting off an excellent punt then for Franklin County. And certainly, their punting has certainly improved, from the time we've seen them from the beginning of the season.
Well, Coach, we have seen Franklin County several times this year, but I'll have to say first time I have seen Hart County, very impressed with this team that I've seen, both offensively and defensively at this point in the game.
Well, they're a solid football team, very good on both sides of the football. Don't make many mistakes, and, right now they seem to be coming into their own. And we'll take a look here again from the second time from the offensive side of the football.
2 wideouts. Stowers handing off. And Perry's Rucker getting the first down, getting to the midfield area.
Excellent fake then up front.
And Rucker down right on midfield, obviously in pain as the trainers go out to look over him and the coaches.
Excellent run then by Perry's Rucker. Ran a little quick draw, quick trap right back up the middle, cut back across the drain, and did an excellent job. Looked like he might break it to the outside then, which he did, but certainly a good job defensively to react, get over to counter that, and make the stop before he did break it again down the side.
By the way, I'd like to say thanks to Ken Brady for sitting in for me last week and the admirable job that he did with you, Coach.
It certainly was a lot of fun having Kid along beside. He did a very fine job. As a matter of fact, it was a year ago today that he filled in, for me, and we appreciated it. Last week, he filled in for you. So we always appreciate the fine job that he does.
We were under different circumstances, however. Last year, the birth of your lovely daughter, Carrie. And so we'll say happy birthday to her tomorrow. How about that? Today, pardon me. All right, Hart County now. 1st and 10, just outside the 50-yard line.
Now, we talk about these two teams and what Hart County has to gain and what Franklin County has to gain and sustain. Hart County faces Hart tonight. They face Stevens next week, and they face Elbert the last week. Hart County faced Elbert last week. They face Franklin tonight. They face Madison next week, and then they end up the season with Stevens County. So very tough road, for all these teams as the season winds down. Can you believe?
That's what makes it tough when you get back into sub-region play. CZO Stowers calling for a timeout with 3:44. Continuing that same thought, 2 weeks left in the regular season, and here we are tonight about to burn up in this press box, and it's almost November 1st.
It's unbelievable how fast the season has gone. It just seems like no time ago when we were rolling in down at Lions Stadium in Carnesville, getting ready to open up with Coach Ray Lamb's Commerce Tigers and the Franklin County Lions, and here we are. We're 8 games into the season. I like the way these sub-region games have, whether the schedule was set up intentionally like that or not, where these sub-region games are coming down to the last part of the season with some non-region games being thrown in, intermingling, because I think it certainly does take a lot of pressure off the young men to know that every night that they go out there to play, that they're not necessarily playing for a playoff spot and playing for a championship, so to speak. When you play a region contest, that is the, what you get. But sub-region, I like the format. You still will see 2 teams from this side to play 2 teams from the other side, so you still have 4 teams in the playoffs.
2 wideouts split down below the bottom of your screen. Hart County with the split backs.
Bingo! Big lick up front by the Franklin County defense. Looked like he might have mishandled the snap there just a little bit.
Tony Rucker, the ball carrier for Hart County.
Jason Rucker coming up with a good lick. for the Franklin County Lions.
So Hart County now, it's second down and 10. Just a little more than 10, we'll call it 11. Spezio throwing, and incomplete. Intended for number 19, Reggie Vickery.
Well, this was a big down for the Franklin County defense. Coach Dan Duff talking to Lamar Roebuck. In this critical situation here, well, I hesitate to say critical, but in this situation right here, because the Franklin County defense, after Hart County had such an excellent offensive drive, right here it's important to them that they be able to stop this drive.
Hart County now, it's third down and still 11. Stowers looking back, talking to his backs. Penalty flag is thrown. A little too much time taken. So Hart County is going to have to come back 5 more yards and try it. So that'll be 3rd and 16 now. Hart County once again coming up to the ball.
Perhaps a little different play. Tony Rucker carrying in the play from Coach Bill Bonds and the offensive staff.
Tim Johnson checks out of the lineup. Reggie Vickery and Darrell Rucker.
A little different
out wide.
A little different offensive set this time.
Tony Rucker's in motion. Let's see, Spezio is looking. Spezio going to run. Flag is down. Spezio slipping and turning and getting down to the 48 of Franklin County, but a flag is down in the backfield of Hart County. Holding against the Bulldogs.
I believe Franklin County is going to decline this penalty and make Hart County give up the football.
So Hart County will have to be punting. And their punt and coverage unit comes on the field. So Franklin County did hold them, as you mentioned, Coach, that they possibly could do or were trying to do. Cedric Beasley going back for Franklin County.
Kevin Morris making the snap on punt formation, snapping it back to Tony Cooey.
And Beasley having a little difficulty hanging on to it, but comes up with it down about the 9-yard line, looks like. About the 8-yard line.
Well, Tony Cooey ended up with the bounce and everything, getting a good punt out of that situation, and Franklin County will start, from deep in their territory.
All right, 2:38 now left in the first quarter. Franklin County backed up deep in their own territory. Wesley Norton brings them out. Bo Hunter. And Hunter on the move. Bo Hunter crossing the 10, getting up about the 13.
It's difficult oftentimes to tell with the Hart County defense who's making the tackles because they pursue so well and so many people getting around the football. Initial hit then looked like Stan Sayer. Stacey Jones coming out and going in. Stephen Smith, fine freshman linebacker for Hart County, who came in last week against Everett County and did a very, very admirable job.
Once again, Hunter the ball carrier.
David Donald in, making the stop from his defensive end position. Hart County gives you about a 9-man look up front. Actually, he line up in the 6-2, but end up, walking the cornerback up real close and have a lot of people staring you in the face, and then they pursue so well, getting to the football. Notice that Coach Pate said this week that they expected the defense to be very, very good, but he said that they had gone beyond all expectations and just had performed just in a tremendous manner.
3rd and 1 now for Franklin County.
Coach Ramsey shouting instructions to his defensive troops.
And let's see, looks like Hart County stacks them up.
Looks like it's going to be stopped for no gain. And Hart County will be in the receiving end of this punt formation.
Hart County ought to pick up some field position from a moment ago. Franklin County having to punt from deep back in their territory. Shannon Payne standing back at about the 4-yard line. And a high snap, and Payne's going to get it off. Gets a nice punt out to the 49.
Earl Faust has got the wall.
Faust trying to break loose, getting down to the 40.
Excellent tackle then by Hart County, by Franklin County, Brian Duncan, number 89. Going down. Looked like Earl Faust was going to be able to get the wall, and Brian Duncan just did a great job on his coverage end to stop him from only getting about a 6-yard gain.
Good play by Hart County's defense on that series to hold Franklin County. So Hart County now in good field position to start this drive down at the Franklin County 41.
On the option.
Tim Johnson taking the pitch out from Spezio. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Hart County 7, Franklin County nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Hi, folks. Here at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia, Georgia. We realize it's fall and winter is on its way. And we want to help you get to where you're going with some of our Chrysler Plymouth Dodge products. All have 4x4 capabilities, from the family Vista wagon to the big, powerful Ram Charger. And prices start from under $10,000. So come and see us at Skip Susie Chrysler Plymouth Dodge and Dodge Trucks in Cornelia, Georgia, and we thank you for your support.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
The trucks are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over Northeast Georgia and the Western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the trucks rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Mize Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
As we begin the second quarter, it's 7-0 Hart County over Franklin County. The only score coming on a 2-yard run from Spezio Stowers. That's coming with about 8:30 left in the first quarter. Stowers now quarterbacking the offense as they're down at the 35. Spezio handing off to Tim Johnson. Johnson down to the 30.
Jim Foster coming up from his defensive end position, making the initial hit, then getting some help from linebackers Jason Hurd along with Kip Aikens.
Officials timeout. They're going to measure. Coach, call it.
It looks like it's going to be there to me. Maybe
I'd say it's short by an inch. Boy, from that camera angle, you can't hardly tell, and it's short for about 2 inches. Well, close.
And what I was going to say was he's either going to make it or he's not going to make it. One of the two.
Yeah, sure. Okay, ball just shy of the 30-yard line by about 2 inches. Oh, and just shy of the first down also.
Excellent play then up front by the Franklin County defense.
Perry's Rucker with the first down, and barely. He just gets it across the 30, but that's enough. It's at least the length of the football for a first down.
It's a lot of fun always coming down to Hart County. We sometimes have a chance to visit with the fans, you know, before the game. Had a chance tonight, you know, to visit several of the fans as we came up telling us about how much they enjoyed the game last week. For the telecast, you know, just last night on TV 32. Willard and Pat Morris, Charles Corbett and his wife. A lot of fun coming down here and televising the game.
Spezio just dumps it out. I believe it was his arm was deflected a little bit as he went back. And so that incompleted pass makes it 2nd and 10.
And Charles, you were telling me it was an honor for you tonight to meet Coach Fred McManus. When I introduced him as Dr. Fred McManus, fine principal had down here, also successful football coach at Richmond Academy, and also, you know, at Habersham Central, now in administration in high school, and you finally caught on that who that really was. Dr. Fred was old Coach Fred.
That's right. I met Coach Fred several years ago. Harry's Rucker just breaking loose and getting down inside the 20. Looks like it's enough for a first down as they spotted at the 18-yard line.
Todd Powell then came up from the secondary and kept him, Ferris Rucker, from going for a touchdown. Fine run by Ferris Rucker then. Getting behind those offensive linemen of Hart County, just doing a good job. John Malden and Iden Fry and Stuart Carter giving him room to run, along with Spooner Phillips, Mike Fellows. Excellent blocking, excellent technique up there by the offensive lineman of Coach Dopey Stride.
Big John Malden over the ball for Hart County. Let's see. Hart County going to be called for a delay of game once again. And they'll move that back 5 yards. So Hart County will be starting out 1st and 15 from the 18-yard line. Pardon me, from the 22-yard line.
I think a real key, you know, for Hart County has been, you know, when you have a team like Franklin County, Charles, that's explosive and can score from any time, is to keep the ball out of their hands. And Hart County's done an excellent job tonight of keeping their offense on the football field.
Spezio's looking. Let's see. Decides he's going to keep it. He's got plenty of running room. Stowers down to the 14.
Spezio came out then looking for his receivers. You know, excellent poise he had, realizing he had the open field then cut it back up the field and did an excellent job. Good field presence. Certainly, you know, we saw him last week come in the second half against Elbert County and led the team so ably, and seems to really be on top of his game the second half. And, you know, again, you know, the first half not. Excellent athlete, Spezio Stowers.
And one of the great football names in Northeast Georgia, one of the one-name wonders, Spezio, you know him. Oh, good pitch. Last-minute pitch out to Tony Rucker.
Lamar Roebuck kept Rucker from getting in the end zone. Good job coming up there, Lamar Roebuck, from the linebacker position, keep him from getting in the end zone.
And as we said, talking about Spezio, executing the option to perfection.
Well, we certainly appreciate the hospitality down here of Dr. McManus and Mr. Vernon Edwards and Mr. Wallace Vassar, making everything prepared for us. Coach Pate having everything ready for us in the telecast booth.
Spezio firing. Intended.
For Spooner then. Spooner Phillips. And also, I've got to like that name, Spooner Phillips.
I like it. That's a good one. Hart County is calling for a timeout. There's a 4th down and 2 situation. The ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. So Hart County going to talk it over and decide what they're going to do.
So Dan Duff going out to talk to the Franklin County defensive charges. And here's the time they know in this situation from scouting their films and from observing them through their scouts that have gone to see them. And they know in this situation what Hart County likes to do. He's briefing them on what they should be ready for, making sure they have the proper technique. Hart County, on the other hand, certainly maybe even contemplating, you know, a field goal here. Certainly they're very, very capable. We saw him kick that extra point, and you mentioned the height on it, and it's almost from here, Charles, it appears to be dead center. Wouldn't you say it's just about dead center from where the football's lined up?
It looks like it is. It looks like it's a perfect position to try it in.
But they aren't.
Spezio in there instead.
So much for the field goal.
All right, Hart County now coming up. They've got Spezio, they've got Tim Johnson, and they've got David Donald as split backs. And Spezio's got to keep it going for the touchdown.
Just came right out on the option then, a very line, had the option to pitch, read it extremely well, carried out the fake in the line, and Spezio for his second touchdown tonight. Spezio scoots in the end zone.
And you saw a great shot of Spezio in the end zone and coming back out from our sideline cameraman, John Kerr. Now the PAT attempt from the young sophomore Shane Bowers. It's good. It's Hart County 14, Franklin County nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Compare the Subaru Justy to the Hyundai XL and you'll be surprised. The Subaru Justy's unique engine gets you from 0 to 60 nearly 5 full seconds faster than the XL. That's performance. Subaru Justy has a shorter stopping distance, 35 feet shorter. Justy has something else the Hyundai doesn't offer. Subaru's long record of durability and reliability. So if you're in the market for a car, check out Subaru Justy. Now from $58.66. Yes, from $58.66.
Test drive one today at Phil Hughes Subaru, Atlanta Highway, Athens, Georgia.
There's a myth about where babies come from. And if it were true, all babies would be perfect. But the truth is, 1 out of every 12 is born with a birth defect. The Colonel Sanders Memorial March of Dimes campaign is fighting birth defects, and with your help, we're winning. And that's something you can believe in. Support the March of Dimes.
There's 8:48 left in the first half of play. Hart County leading Franklin County 14 to nothing.
Well, I'm sure that Coach Payton and his offensive staff are very, very happy to see them come out early in the ball game and get something established on the offensive side of the football, and they have controlled the line of scrimmage so far and been able to get it in the end zone twice consecutively.
Bowers' kick comes down at the 20. It's bobbled there momentarily. And pulled down is Wesley Russell. Flag is down at about the 24-yard line.
Looks like we have a face mask penalty.
That'll go against the Bulldogs as the officials mark it off. So that'll give Franklin County a little better field position. That'll put the ball right at the 40.
Points early, in the ball game, as well as the Hart County defense has played all year. You'd have reason to believe, that they're controlling, the line of scrimmage, right here at this point.
Stephen Hunter looking for a hole, and Hunter getting about 4 yards.
Well, his first step is so quick. It just seems like he's going to be stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. Robert Martin right there. Amazing story about Robert Martin. Coach Pate was sharing with me this week that first came here, he ran with a limp because he was physically disabled with one leg being shorter than the other. And he's a really, really good football player and had an operation, and got that corrected, and just a tremendous story.
That's remarkable. Hunter coming down with a great catch at midfield. Right over the shoulder coming from Wesley Norton. So Bo Hunter very close to a Franklin County first down. Let's see. Looks like it will be a first down.
Good reception in by Bo Hunter right over his shoulder. Stephen Bo Hunter catching the first down. And Franklin County has done a good job on the offensive side. They've had a couple of breakdowns, earlier, but they've done a good job on the offensive side of the football, particularly against this highly touted Hart County defense.
Norton going to Roebuck, and Lamar Roebuck gets maybe a yard. Roebuck running around the left end.
Well, Robert Martin certainly does not appear to have any problem running now. Good-looking football player, number 43, Thunder. 212-pound senior. A lot of yardage on that one then, but it was east and west yardage as opposed to north and south.
All right, Norton coming up on second down and 9 for Franklin County. Wesley's looking. He's looking for Hunter. Let's see. And I believe they're going to call grounding anybody in the area. Be against Franklin County, and that'll move them back. And that'll be loss of yardage and loss of down. Is that not correct, Coach?
That's correct.
So that'll be third down, 15.
But probably a heady play by Wesley, because there's only a 5-yard penalty to get rid of the football as opposed to taking a 20-yard loss. So very, very smart move by Wesley Norton then.
All right, Norton's going to get it, blindsided. Whoa, David Donald comes in all over Wesley Norton.
He came from the defensive end position, and he had the blitz on all together, and didn't give him a chance to look where his receivers at. Excellent pursuit. I don't know how fast David Donald is, but boy, he ran like a jet then.
All right, Hart County going to put some pressure on. And boy, just barely getting it away. It's going to take a Franklin County roll. And it'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Well, once again, the Hart County defense getting a much-deserved applause for their fine effort to give the ball back to back to the Hart County offense. There again, you know, one way when you're worried about the other team's offense with the capabilities of Roebuck, Wheeler, Russell, Norton, Bowhunter, you want to keep them off the field, and that's what they've been able to do so far in this ball game.
All right, Stowers on the draw to Johnson once again. Tim Johnson gaining about 8 yards.
Good job by Reginald Leverett then, number 12, coming up from the cornerback position. Well, they've gotten a lot of mileage out of the draw play tonight. Another thing, when your offense stays on the field, not only does it keep the opposing offense, of course, from being on the field, but it gives your defense a chance to rest, while it has a tendency to, to wear down the opposing defense and gets them tired also. Spezio Stowers on the option.
Good job of pitching out to Spezio. Tim Johnson once again, enough for the first down and a little more as he comes up to the 47-yard line.
Point out two good jobs then by Spezio Stowers on the option to pitch it down the field, but an excellent job then by Zed Beasley keeping that from going for a touchdown, along with Andy Esco coming up and making an excellent stop to keep from getting additional yardage, because it was there. But they did a very, very good job, sure open field tackle, stopping that for going for additional yardage. And I'm sure Hart County would like to get in the end zone one more time, before this half ends.
4:30 left in the half, and Hart County once again bitten by that time bug. Hart County having 5 yards marked off against them. It'll bring it back to the 42, be first and 15.
Well, several times Hart County tonight has been called for a delay of the game.
Hart County now coming up. They've got Harry's Rucker, the lone back. They put Johnson in motion. Spezio is back. He's firing to Rucker. Rucker's got running room. Harry's Rucker's got the first down as he gets down to the 43.
Watching Spezio Stowers going back in the pocket, he does an excellent job on what's called the back pedal of getting back in the pocket, real quick once you take the snap. Very, very fundamentally sound there. Excellent footwork, super coaching job on the part of the offensive coaches from Hart County, Coach Bill Barnes and the offensive staff. But he has excellent footwork, on his back pedal, gets back there real quick.
And he's got confidence. You can tell when he goes back, he's got the confidence that he knows what's happening on the field. Excellent job from Spezio Stowers. This time the pitch out goes to Tim Johnson. And Johnson with about a 4-yard gain.
Reginald Leverett coming up on the stop then for Franklin County, along with Lamar Roebuck. Coming in the ball game for Franklin County, Marcus Hart.
2nd and 6 now for the Bulldogs.
Big Gary Walker, number 47, manning the middle guard position for Hart County.
Pitch out going to Johnson. It's fumbled. Franklin County is going to turn it over.
Zed Beasley. Zed on the spot.
Franklin County receiving that turnover from Hart County. Zed Beasley coming up, as you said, Coach, at the 36-yard line. So new life into the Franklin County offense as they get the ball back with 3:15 left.
And you want to be opportunistic, and certainly in Franklin County, this is just the first half. It's 14-0 at this point. But this gives them an opportunity to, the Hart County offensive thrust was somewhat stopped here by the fumble, of course. But nevertheless, this gives Franklin County new life now with a chance to get on the scoreboard right before halftime.
Wesley Norton's firing.
And he's got him open down there if he can hit him.
Wesley Russell just a step short from coming up with a great reception. Excellent call on first down.
Yeah, and let's point out, too, let's credit those offensive linemen up there for giving him ample time to throw from the offensive side of the football. Lee Dowell, Robbie Burns, Mike Crow, Scott Kennedy, Jason Hurt. Because remember, this defensive line from Hart County, boy, they are really aggressive. And an excellent job up front then by those offensive linemen from tackle to tackle, giving him a very good time to throw the football, and look for Wesley Russell down the field just a little bit overthrown. Nevertheless, excellent footwork, by Wesley, doing a good job getting back in the pocket.
Wesley looking once again. Picked off. Almost picked off. I thought it was for a minute, but almost picked off by Hart County's Robert Martin.
And it was almost picked off also then by David Donald. I think that was really the problem. Both of them almost picked it off, and I think they defended against each other then. So Wesley Norton also, boy, he is, we talked about the field presence, certainly, of Spezio Stowers, but Wesley Norton also, fine field general that he is, keeping his presence, field presence and his poise there. Third down, big down here for the Franklin County offense right before halftime.
Flags are down against Hart County, so that'll move Franklin County 5 yards further down the field.
Encroachment. A little bit anxious. Passing situation. Those linemen want to get across that line of scrimmage.
Franklin County calling timeout with 2:38 left.
Coach Jeff Davis coming in to talk to his offensive starter. The last two times that we've seen Wesley Norton throw the football, excellent job up front by the offensive lineman to give him, good time to find his receivers. .238 to go here from Herndon Stadium.
Offensive line and the defensive line of Hart County match up pretty well as far as size and weight, as far as looking man-to-man. But as you said, Franklin County really, especially this series, doing a good job of holding off those offensive linemen who are very aggressive from Hart County.
Well, I think a real key, Charles, has been not an inadequate Franklin County defense for Hart County to get 14 points on the board. It's really Hart County just done an excellent job. Perhaps one of their better openings, of a half half, you know, this year, from what we have read and heard about them, they've usually been a second-half ball club and, you know, come back and done what they had to do. Defense keeps them close and then offense coming in. But I think it's just really been a matter of Franklin County defense has played well. I just think they have just done a good job, you know, consistently from the offensive side of the football for Hart County.
All right, play resuming now. Norton looking back under a lot of pressure, fires it, and it's picked off.
Jamal Huffer! Lou Hustle! Mr. Hustle comes up with an Oski!
All right, that gives Hart County now the ball back. 2:32 left in the half. The 47-yard line, their own 47, so Hart County and Spezio coming back onto the field.
I have to get excited when my man, 5'3", 140 pounds of mean, gets that Oscar in, and even Jamal wanted to score that thing. You see that little, he was trying to get that ball back down the sideline. Number 35, 5'3", 140 pounds. The little man can still play, ladies and gentlemen. A tremendous desire, tremendous heart of that young man.
He's the Spud Webb of Northeast Georgia football. Good reception. Boy, he really had to go up and get that one. Tony Rucker extending himself about as far as you can go to pull that one out of the air.
Certainly did. Excellent reception then. Good to, you know, Lamar Roebuck, this is the most we've seen him on the defensive side of the football this year, I believe, Charles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but boy, he's had a fine football game tonight from the defensive side of the football. Good football player.
Stowers with that one-man backfield once again. Looking long. Going for Rucker once again, but overthrowing. Rucker well covered back there by Franklin County. Specifically Todd Powell on the coverage.
Wesley Russell, Zed Beasley, they were 3 deep then. This is a good football game.
Minute 54 now counting down toward the half. Hart County, as of course last week's game attested to, having a little problem getting untracked in the first half, but winning that one by 14-3. Tonight they jump out 14-0 in the first half. So as you say, it's a sort of an explosive Hart County team we've seen tonight.
They got a first down, a minute 50, and they're on about the 41-yard line of Hart County.
Perry's Rucker getting that first down for Hart County. Ball just outside the 40.
We got Sonny Spurlock in at tailback.
Pitch goes to Spurlock, and he is thrown a little wide by Spezio. And it looks like Franklin County. Franklin County has the ball down inside their 45 at the 43-yard line.
Looked like it was going to be a halfback pass in with Sonny Spurlock in at tailback, and pitched it back to him, mishandled just a little bit, and then Franklin County once again being opportunistic, recovering that fumble. So the defense here with a minute and 7 to go will be trying to keep Franklin County out of the end zone, and they've been so aggressive from the offensive side of the football, I just bet they'll go for it right here. And another fumble, and
Hart County now getting it back. Franklin County going to try that reverse once again and mishandled on the second handoff, not able to complete those. Hart County standing right there in the backfield.
Mike Roebuck coming up with the big fumble recovery. Big Mike Roebuck. And he'll be able to tell them in the halls Monday, you see me recover that fumble and watch me on Tuesday night on TV 32. So I would imagine that once again, Hart County with 37 seconds to go here in this half will be trying to get the end zone, and they try a reverse also. And
all right, Rucker. Boy, Rucker's got some room. Rucker getting the first down. Well, they may have to measure this one. It's going to be awfully close, Coach. The officials, well, sorry to say the official's going to take a timeout. Hart County takes a timeout. I still think they're going to have to measure.
27 seconds to go. Coach Pate and his staff talking with Spezio Stowers. Don't know what the timeout situation is, but they have 27 seconds. They own the, matter of fact, they were on the 41-yard line. Remember when they had the fumble?
That's right.
We mentioned they were starting from the 41-yard line, and at that time it was about a minute and 20-something to go.
So all they lost was a minute and a little energy.
Very, very possibly, they're calling 2 plays here with 27 seconds to go. As I said, we haven't kept up with what the timeout situation is, but could mean that they could have several plays called here.
Bulldogs coming up to the line.
And they got
Hart
3
County.
receivers out.
2 men in the slot. They put Johnson in motion. Spezio is looking, and he's firing for Rucker once again. Rucker comes down with it. He's got a block. Rucker, another first down inside the 25. And Rucker really can get up there to pull those high passes down from Spezio.
Tremendous leaping ability by Rucker, because we saw him snatch 2 from the air tonight. Excellent job.
Spezio looking once again. Stowers trying to find a receiver. And really a good job of getting the ball put down in order to avoid the loss or to avoid an interception.
Excellent job of throwing the ball down low. I agree with you 100%. Good move by Spezio. And this will be, how far, Charles? This will be
a 40-yarder, looks like. And Bowers, boy, he puts the foot in it. It's good. Shane Bowers, a 40-yard field goal to end the first half. That makes the score 17-0. Hart County over Franklin County. We'll be back in just a moment with the halftime shows. You're watching high school football on TV 32.
Red alert, red alert. Chevrolet and your Piedmont Chevy dealers just announced up to $1,000 cash back on new Chevy cars. That's right, $1,000 cash back on our new 4-cylinder Celebrity. Get $500 cash back on the sporty Camaro or Beretta, $400 cash back on Corsica, and $300 cash back on the economical Sport Coupe Cavalier VL. So don't panic. Just rush to your nearest Piedmont Chevy dealer today, while you can still get up to $1,000 cash back on new Chevy cars.
Project Hope, the vision of Dr. William B. Walsh.
It was a dream come true. Project Hope would go into a country and help people to help themselves.
Project Hope is now a land-based operation, but the mission after 30 years is still the same.
We wanted to help people help themselves.
Project Hope. You can help. Call 1-800-527-2600.
Every Saturday night, we come into your home on TV 32 with a show we call The Billy Dilworth Show. Jerry Farmer, who's dressed in street clothes, and Michelle Austin, who has some leftover Halloween costume, will join superstar Wayne Kemp this Saturday night in a show that starts at 8 o'clock and lasts for 3 hours right here on TV 32.
WNEG 32 for you.
Tonight, an excellent halftime show. The Franklin County High School Marching Band, followed by the Hart County High School Marching Bulldog Band.
are on their way every day from Stovall Building Supplies to job sites all over northeast Georgia and the western Carolinas. Builders and homeowners know they can trust Stovall's for the finest in lumber and other quality building materials. Stovall keeps the truck rolling to keep the area growing. Stovall Building Supplies, Hyde Road, Toccoa, Georgia.
Live Southeastern Conference football. It's more than just a game. It's hard-hitting gridiron action. The excitement of football's greatest fans. A tradition of fierce rivalries, All-Americans, and top 10 finishes that make the SEC college football's premier conference. Every Saturday, you've got a 50-yard line seat to the hottest game in town. SEC football, more than just a game. It's a way of life.
SEC football, Saturday afternoon at 12:30.